Welcome to Mr. Bobcats podcast. I'm your host, Will.
Your host, Chris.
And Hornets,
Win.
Hornets win and the Hornets lose because This is a doubleheader episode. Anytime we have a back-to-back game, we'll just do a game after the second one and give you guys a double game recap so you get twice as much of us. It's like a win-win or a win-lose in this situation.
It depends on how the games went.
Yeah, it depends on how the games went. The first game of our back-to-back went well. Hornets beat the Indiana Pacers 125-124. Easily our best game of the season because, we only have 2 wins. That was one of them. Mark Williams with a career high. Blew his last career high out of the water with 27 points. What a game from Mark Williams. P.J. Washington chipped in 15. Gordon Hayward had 23 back in his hometown. Terry Rozier had 22. He did go out with what appeared to be a groin injury. We don't know how long he's going to be out for, so please get well soon, Terry. We need your scoring for sure. LaMelo, once again, kind of struggled scoring with 11 points, but he had 11 assists. J.G. Thor chipped in 7. Brandon Miller had 10. Nick Richards had 10. So everyone did a little bit of everything. We came out with the win over this game. We played some great defense in the first half. We held them to 46 points. Not so much in the second half because they ended up having 78 points in the second half to get 124. And Tyrese Halliburton had 43 points. We usually don't think of him as a scorer, but he went off. Mel Ball was turning the ball over a bunch. But I think both teams were just scoring. I think both teams were just on a roll. Eventually we get to the fourth quarter. And we know what happened with P.J. Washington. Supposed to hold the ball, wait for free throws. He says, you know what? I'm going to take a layup. Screw you guys. I'm the hero. And he gets it stripped, and then they throw the ball off of him, and it goes out of bounds.
Not once, but twice.
Twice.
In crunch time, bro. I'm sorry. You, as an NBA player, should know that you should be holding the ball to waste the shot clock. Yeah. But no. Bro said, I'm the show. Yeah, psych. You thought.
Indiana gets the ball back. They get to Halliburton. He's on an island with LaMelo. It just seems like a one-on-one. Tyrese is going to take the basket, shoot, step back three, whatever he's going to do. LaMelo bumps him off his spot once. Tyrese goes right to left. LaMelo pokes out his hand, and that's the game. I have to say, LaMelo Ball has been awesome in the fourth quarter.
Obviously, he was stupidly locked in. It was mainly an offensive game. There was some good defensive plays. I would like to mention that all our starters, apart from LaMelo Ball, got a block or two. And I think the only people that actually played in the game that didn't get a block was LaMelo, J.T. Thor, and Theo Maledon. Everyone was contributing on defense. For me, the biggest thing, defensive-wise, as a weakness, was rotations. It mainly started with Brandon Miller. I know he's a rookie. He'll learn. But some of the three-pointers that we gave up, especially to Halliburton, was because of poor rotations from either Miller, Ball, or even Hayward. They would literally just leave him wide open, and it's like, bro, he's already gotten 38. You gonna guard him or not? So yeah, that was one thing that I really noticed in this Hornets versus Pacers game. But offense was falling for both teams. Buddy Hield is a bucket, but couldn't hit that free throw. It was fun fact. It was actually his first free throw of the season, and he missed it. So we got lucky there. The Hornets did also hit every single free throw they took, so 23 of 23. The Pacers were hitting threes like no tomorrow. They had 22 compared to our 8. That's crazy. But at the same time, it does say LaMelo's 2 of 7 from 3 in this game, but most of his 3-pointers were not just he was just chucking up the ball. He was actually taking smart 3-pointers, and from what it looked like, in my opinion. From previous games, he's just been chucking it up, Hail Mary. So, overall, great game from everybody. I feel like everybody contributed, apart from Theo Maledon. But, look at his stat line. 14 minutes, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 turnover, 4 fouls. So,
Yeah, he played better tonight, but still, it's
yeah.
I don't know what can you ask for.
Yeah. But yeah, overall great performance in my opinion. Mark Williams still doing his thing down there. Yeah, just I think perimeter defense definitely needs to be worked on, especially in this type of game where you have Therese Halliburton hitting uh, 8 3-pointers, getting 43 points, and pretty much doing whatever he wants, along with 12 assists. So yeah, once again, great game overall by the entire team. I think Neesmith tried to fight Brandon Miller at one point because Brandon Miller's just trying to play defense. All right, buddy. Go ahead, fight a rookie.
Yeah, Miller's gotten into 3 or 4 scuffles so far just this season.
Yeah.
And I really like the intensity that he's bringing. Even if he gets a technical foul or gets kicked out, I think he needs to set the tone for us because we don't have a lot of guys that'll do that. So I like it for sure.
Yeah. And now I will say, though, LaMelo was a bit sloppy with the ball. He did get 6 turnovers, and he had 5 personal fouls, which, again, we'll get into that later on against the Mavericks tonight, but he fouled out against the Mavericks, and it's like, when are you going to learn? Like, you're getting almost 5 fouls and almost fouling out every single game when we need you in these moments, because then it leaves Steve Clifford with a decision like, hey, do I keep LaMelo Ball in the game? Do I risk him getting a 6th foul and then having to put Theo Maledon in the game? It's like, I don't know. He just gotta learn to control himself out there. I feel like he gets some unnecessary fouls that he could easily avoid.
Yeah, I'd say you could call him and Miller the foul twins at this point.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like, that's what comes with young players. I mean, Miller and LaMelo, they're so like antsy on defense. They're looking to get the highlight play on defense. They're looking for the steal, looking for the block. And often, I mean, in the Mavericks game, I saw Miller a bunch of times. He's jumping early. He's looking to get a block instead of just being disciplined and staying on his feet. No, LaMelo was always smacking, getting his hands in someone's private area or hitting him in the face. And it's like, just put, like, LaMelo is gifted with a height that I will never reach. He's got a great wingspan. Same thing with Miller. You're going to affect a shot whether you jump or not if you just put your hands up. But also, when you're late on rotations and you're not paying attention, that's going to cause fouls too because you're getting late back into the play defensively. And it's something, I mean, that he's struggled with that his whole career. And like I said, Miller, we know he's been a person who likes the foul ever since we seen him in college play. So who knows if we'll ever fix these things. But Clifford, I think, needs to, like, I don't know, put him in a foul boot camp. Or maybe he should just make him play in, like, handcuffs. He's like, guys, I mean, Miller's used to handcuffs, right? Let's put him in Let's put Brandon Miller in handcuffs. He probably already knows how to play like that. And let's say, LaMelo Ball, you gotta put some handcuffs on. I mean, right? The Hornets are used to being arrested and being in jail, so what's wrong with putting him in handcuffs in practice? It's like a simulation.
Yeah. But moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
One more thing about that game. Brendan Miller did finish with the highest plus minus on the team with plus 17. So that I felt like was really good as well. And I never thought anybody would take over PJ Washington's foul king, but LaMelo and Brandon Miller seem to be doing a good job right now. If I were to actually pick a player of the game, for me it was Mark Williams, but Hayward is up there as well. He had a very slow first quarter, but then he picked it up in the second and he finished strong in the second half. So kudos to him and kudos to Mark Williams as well. Great performances from both of them. And as you mentioned earlier, Rozier getting hurt in the fourth. So hopefully he gets better.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. But that transitions to our next game because Miller got the starting knock for this game to play that starting 2 spot without Rozier. So getting into Mavs and Hornets, the Hornets as a team last year, we were 2-0 against the Mavs and really kind of ended their playoffs hopes like after Kyrie got to the team. So maybe there's a little animosity there. Maybe they're a little upset. But honestly, for the whole game, we were winning. First quarter was kind of back and forth. But once the second quarter started, I mean, it was all Hornets until the end of the third quarter. So after the first half, we were up 62-50, and the whole team was playing well. Melo definitely probably had his best half of the season, even though he wasn't scoring. He was the first Hornet with 10 assists and 0 turnovers and a half since 2006. You know what player that was?
Raymond Felton.
Yes. Fat little Raymond Felton. Out of shape little Raymond Felton.
Yeah. So, that guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Missed the Bobcats podcast, that part. Anyways. Yeah, Williams, Hayward, Washington, Richards were all in double digits in the first half. We were up by as much as 15. We shot 57.4% in the first half. And even off a back-to-back, we did look more energized than the Mavs, who they just played the Nuggets and lost in the in-season tournament game on Friday. But, I mean, we are the younger team. I'd hope we come out looking more energized every single game. But this game, I thought it was going to be easy sailing win. Luka and Kyrie looked very disengaged. Looked like they almost didn't even want to play. But the third quarter starts, right? That's where things usually go downhill. We got another Nick Richards goaltend.
Hey?
So there you go.
Love that.
Yeah, and Mark Williams. I'll be honest, the Nick Richards goaltend was BS. That was a horrible call.
Okay.
They really didn't deserve it. But that whole third quarter, Dallas was getting open shots. I mean, they're getting open shots most of the game. They just started hitting them. Nick Richards was outplayed by Dwight Powell. It's like, I don't know what that was about. But we had our bench unit in the third quarter. I guess Steve Clifford was comfortable. He's like, we're up. I think our bench has been playing good. And instead of making an adjustment and putting some of our starters back in, he left people like Maladon and Nick Richards out there, and we lost the lead. So we get into the fourth quarter. We got a small lead, and then we lose it immediately. Jaden Hardy, I think his name is, scored like 9 out of their first 12 points. He dunked on Nick Richards. You know what's crazy? The Hornets are actually second in fourth quarter field goal percentage this season. Do you know?
Really?
Yeah. So we're making all of our shots, but the problem is, I don't know defensively, but we might be last in opponent field goal. Opponent field goal percentage, because they are just making everything. But LaMelo at this point in the game, he had pretty much like a double-double with assists and rebounds, and he was 2 of 12, and he had 16 fourth-quarter points, similar to the Rockets game. Just came out immediately on fire, hitting threes, started getting engaged on defense. He was easily our best player in that fourth quarter, carrying, like I said, the fourth quarter LaMelo thing is just, I guess he doesn't really turn it on until he gets to the fourth quarter. But I really need that every quarter. But tonight he finished with a 30-point triple-double. So definitely his best game of the season, scoring-wise. But besides that, it was close with 5 minutes to go. We're staying in there. Eventually at the end of the game, we get the ball back. We're down 3. Brandon Miller's passing the ball in. No timeouts left. I don't know if Brandon Miller knew that. I don't know if even Steve Clifford knew that. Not really a 3-point shooter in the lineup.
Miller trusted to throw the inbound.
Okay.
Got to do something. They don't have a timeout. And it's a 5-second violation.
Whoa.
I don't know if
Steve
anyone
Clifford standing right next to him. How do you not know that? Jeez.
I don't know if anyone knew anything. Eventually, I feel like a really fast 5 seconds. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's standing there. I hear a whistle blow. I'm like, what? And then they say it's a 5-second violation. I'm sitting there like,
See, I think it was fast, but at the same time, none of our players on the floor went to the ball. We had who's on the floor? So Miller was passing the ball in. You had Melo, Hayward, Theo Maladon,
and Mark Williams.
and Mark Williams. Mark Williams is setting the screen. Hayward's trying to run around. That dude's running the other way. Okay, LaMelo had his back turned to the ball, and Theo Maladon's standing there scratching his arm. So it's like, who's going to go get the ball, bro? Like, I mean, like, that's not even on Brandon Miller. That's on the people trying to move to go get the ball. Seriously, if you go back and watch that, you'll see what exactly I just said. And Theo Maladon was just standing still. You go get the ball. Jeez.
I will say, like, it's an interesting decision to have Mark Williams there when you're down by 3. There's no timeouts. You need to shoot a 3-pointer. And I guess, like, he's there to set a screen, but I don't think that's the way to go. I think you put another shooter out there.
Yeah. The unfortunate part is P.J. Washington got hurt with 8 seconds left. So, obviously, I think he would have been out there instead of Mark Williams, but obviously he got hurt. But, I mean, I don't know who else you would put out there. Maybe, I mean, that's a tough decision. Would it be Bryce McGowan's? Would it be Theo Maladon? I mean, Theo Maladon's already out there. Would it be JT Thor? You know, it's like, I'm sorry, but why does JT Thor get minutes? Like, why? What purpose does he have? What? I just don't see it. I really don't.
He's a body. Like, he's just a player.
Okay, I'm a player. I'll go run out there, run back and forth. I'll get paid $4 million to do that. Like, what? To take one shot all game and get like a couple rebounds and minus 10? Like, I'll go do that. I'll go get paid $4 million to do that, or however much he gets paid, $2 million, $1 million. I don't know. I don't care. I'll go take the money.
I can't believe I would say I miss Kai Jones. Like, at least he tries and he brings some energy. He might not make an amazing positive impact on the game, but at least he'll be out there doing something. I mean, like, I don't care if he ends up fighting or whatever.
Well, Bridges returns soon, so that'll be the end of the spell for JT Thor.
All right, but you definitely see the lack of depth, especially with Rozier not in this game. I mean, it really makes you miss people like Cody Martin and Bridges.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even remember Cody Martin. Like, he hasn't played in over a year and a half, dude.
He's just a lost cause, right?
No, I will be. No, I was messing around. But Cody Martin, he was a good defensive player. I remember whenever he'd be on the court, he would work hard. Every loose ball, he was there. You know, it would be on the other side of the court, and he was right there. And it's like, whoa, you know. But he was a hard worker. I'll give it to him. His shooting is but his defense was definitely a presence out there.
In terms of this game, super winnable game. I just think, like I said, the decision by Steve Clifford to not weather the storm in the third quarter, it was way too late. We had a shot at the end, and we didn't even get the opportunity. It's not like we even shot the ball. We just didn't even get a chance to tie the game. But one thing that really killed us is funny. What?
I said, you said one thing that really killed us. I said it's Steve Clifford.
Oh, yeah, he'll kill us every game.
Oh my gosh!
But what really killed us is last game we're 23 of 23 from the line. Tonight, I mean, we're 4th in the league in free throw shooting. The last game really bumped us up. We're 82% as a team on the season. Tonight we're 11 of 19. With the amount of points we lose by, we easily win that game. If we lose by 6. If we make like 4 more free throws, or whatever, we probably win this game. Kyrie and Luka, not great performances either. Luka was injured to an extent. He did something to his leg early in the game. He didn't have a great impact. Kyrie wasn't doing Kyrie things, you could say. So definitely a winnable game. But you let people like Dwight Powell and
Grant Williams.
Yeah, Grant Williams, Jane Hardy beat you. It's
Tim Hardaway.
All right. And the Mavs are the 3-point shot is very prevalent in their offense. They didn't shoot well from 3-point line today. We actually had one more 3 than them, and yeah.
Luka went 1 from 9 from 3. Yeesh.
And also, correction, we were 12 of 21 from the free throw line.
12 21. Yeah.
Definitely a lot better than 11 and 19. Yeah, for sure. Huge difference. Another trip to the line, another one down, 1 miss. Yeah, Hayward had those 2 duds in the 4th. I was like, dude, come on. What can you do? I'm back-to-back. We caught the Pacers on a back-to-back. Guess we get caught on a back-to-back tonight and we lose, but winnable game.
It was a winnable game, yeah. Even if it is back-to-back, it was still a winnable game, in my opinion. Well, next game is Wednesday, November 8th against the Wizards. At home at Spectrum Center.
We have to win that. It's the Wizards, right?
Well, the matchup predictor has us at 56% and them at 43%.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Not
Thoughts?
higher?
Prediction?
Really? I thought we'd be 60% at least.
Well, who do they have? They got Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma.
You might have to stop it right there. Even those 2 might not even be worth mentioning. I think after a heartbreak like this, we should come out and handle that one pretty easy.
Especially at home.
I think LaMelo's put it all together. He's had the offensive struggles all year. He's finally had a good defensive game and a good offensive game. I know I've been saying this. He should carry this into the next game. How about he just carries this into the next 4th quarter? Because it seems like he doesn't, he's non-existent until the 4th quarter. But tonight, easily his best game because in the first half, he got assists and rebounds, but he was playing well on defense. He was closing out. He was active. I couldn't really ask for anything more than him in the first half. In the 4th quarter, he gave you scoring. He just got to do all of that every quarter because that's what the great players do, and that's what he's getting paid to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I agree. You couldn't word it any differently.
See, but everyone's Hayward's been scoring very well. Miller's definitely slowed down a little bit, but he's still making his routine shots, I would say. Mark Williams been playing good on offense. Nick Richards, even though that second half, I damn near threw up watching him. I literally almost threw up. It was disgusting seeing him play basketball in that second half. Same thing with JT Thor. Even Maladon's been scoring. But yeah, Miller struggled tonight. PJ, you can usually count him for 50% field goal shooting every game. So I think we're getting into a rhythm. It feels like we're finally starting to get into a rhythm. It's just defensively, every game we've given up over 120 points, and that's just way too many points to give up every game.
Yeah.
I know it's the modern NBA and there's scoring everywhere, but that you're not going to win a lot of games when you give up 120 points.
I mean, not every team gives up 120 points, There's teams that will stop the Hornets, for example, at 95, 99, The Pistons did it. It was 111-99.
I don't know. 111 points for the Pistons is almost too much. Like,
Yeah. Well, yep. And then, I mean, after the game on Wednesday, the Hornets start their in-season tournament.
yes, that's gonna be so lit. I'm excited for that. Even though I don't think the players care, we care as Hornets fans because that means we can win something. Now, are our players gonna care? Probably not. So hopefully we don't care more than them.
Well, they should care because doesn't it also lead to the regular season record as well?
Let me look up the benefits again.
If I'm not mistaken.
They
Well, the
receive a
benefits is
trophy,
they receive.
NBA
Yeah.
Cup, a prize pool that will be allocated to players on the teams that qualify for knockout rounds.
I think Steve Clifford also gets money.
So
It's a bit of an L.
$500 up to $500,000 in incentives. I don't think the players even care about that. I feel like they really don't care. But hey, that would be like, oh my God, we're not gonna win it. But I'm excited to see our court. Right? The weird
That's
courts.
pretty cool.
I actually do like our jerseys this year.
The City Edition?
Yeah, I like them.
I don't. I liked last year's a lot better.
I definitely think our previous ones were better, but I don't hate ours. I think they're better than
Oh,
most of the other
I'm not.
teams.
I'm not gonna say I hate them, but I just feel like last year's were a lot better, and the previous years were
Yeah.
pretty good as well.
And they look
But
like the,
again, more than half the NBA's City Edition jerseys were not that good this year. So,
disgusting.
oh well. Yeah. All right.
Well, what are your predictions on the Wizards game? You think we're winning?
Yeah, if we can shut down their two players. So, but knowing us, we'll make some random dude that nobody's ever heard of drop 25, and we'll lose the game somehow. But I have faith, so I hope we win. I'll give a Hornets win.
I give a Hornets win, but my daily objective for the Hornets is to hold the Wizards under 120 points.
Right.
I don't care if we win and we give up more than that. I only care if we win and we give up less than 120 points.
Okay.
I need to
Yeah,
see some
that's fair.
defense. I need to see some cohesion on that side of the floor. I need to see teamwork. So, Steve Clifford, get the handcuffs out. No freaky stuff. Just put handcuffs on LaMelo and Brandon
No.
Miller. Like I said, most of the Hornets players are already used to it. So they play defense without your hands. So you can stay on the court. Jesus.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right, Dan. This is the Mr. Bobcats podcast. I'm your host, Will.
Your host Chris.
We will see you next time.
Peace.
Boom.